All right, folks. So we're gonna do a discussion video here. It's gonna be a little bit more serious than some of the other stuff we've talked about, and it's probably gonna get a lot of people to disagree with it. But if anything, if it gets people talking about the actual thing, then maybe it'll be to somebody's benefit. But
People are gonna disagree with doing dumb things to unalive or uninstall your life.
I hate the fact that YouTube forces us to use these stupid idioms because
I like
it's
the idea of
because
referring to it like a weird program.
advertisers, bro. I can't say the word. You know, I fucking hate it. Anyway, we want to talk about today. There's been times where we've talked about some of the shit with like Johnny Somali or Vitali or any number of
Mostly against my will.
these other goofball dumbass nuisance streamers. And honestly, Kick has a large part of the blame in this for promoting this kind of crap, but it was started by a guy who runs online gambling, so what the fuck do I expect? But I'm not here to smear Kick or even to trash talk Johnny as easy as it is, because Johnny is just a symptom of a larger issue, and that's kind of what I want to fucking talk about.
Yeah?
There is this
Tell me
thing.
more, Mr. Fogman.
What is this thing? We've talked about it before, where the boomers have royally fucked over, generation after generation. And it started with us, the Gen X guys, and them talking about how we were going to destroy the world, we were terrible fucking people, blah, 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 blah,
Oh, I
all that,
remember that.
all that bullshit. And I'm like, that was bad enough. But now we look at how the millennials and Gen Z have just been kind of completely destroyed by this nonsense.
They can build better, but that's for a different time.
Yeah. And I sit here and I'm looking at all this kick streamer and TikTok nuisance streamer, TikTok challenges, and I'm gonna get into why that came up shortly. And I'm like, this is so self-destructive. And you sit there and you go, why would anybody fucking do this? And at the end of the day,
So,
it always seems to be the same answer. I want to be famous. I want clout. I want people to know who I am. And as somebody who's never really given much of a crap what other people think, unless it's something like legit and important, I'm sitting there going, this logic escapes me. What is this obsession with being famous? And then I realized, at least to some extent, with a lot of these people, it seems to be some weird personality thing. And when I say personality thing, I don't mean like, oh, they've got a personality disorder. No, I mean, like some of them, the way they've been raised, the way the boomers and some of the millennials have made people value themselves always seems to have this weird thing where it's based on what other people think of you.
so to sum up, you're concerned about what people are willing to do for fame.
It's partially that, but it's also, I think, a larger thing is that do these people even know who they are? Like, what is
No.
their personality? Because so many of these people build their entire life, their entire personality around going out and doing either stupid or weird or ridiculous things to themselves or to harassing other people until someone inevitably gets sick of it and just beats the crap out of them. And then they try to, popularize and monetize that too. It's this
Well,
self-destructive behavior. And I'm like, it's hard for me to fathom what has to be going on with you for you to think this works in a long
well,
term.
I think it comes down to a couple things. Is a lot of these people don't know who they are, so the only thing they see of value when encountering a lot of stuff is they look at it and go, "Well, when someone's important and valuable, they're famous."
Oh my
And I
fucking
think
god.
when you unmoor people from any greater meaning or purpose, you invite people to value themselves based on how many people know their names, how many people watch their videos. And I think on top of it is you have a whole generation where they're raised on YouTube and they would compete with one another by seeing who was watching the most popular streamer or video guy, then doing it themselves. And so all of it's become numbers and a malaise of why am I here? What am I supposed to do? This seems to be the only thing people value.
And
And
like,
you know.
competition is fine, that can actually help people aspire to do pretty great things or to do
Well, we're
very,
not
very
talking
humorous things.
competition in a
Well,
way.
I'm going to get to that element. It's the extremes. And again, I blame this on the boomers for devaluing so many people, both financially and mentally. They try to infantilize everybody. They claim everyone but them is stupid. No one knows how to do anything, but the boomers don't train anyone to do anything for fear of losing, their jobs and their positions that
It's hard
keep them at the top.
to learn a job you'll never have.
Yeah. And they've devalued so many things in the lives of the Gen Z and Gen Alpha and us and the fucking millennials. They've caused so much damage to let's just talk about the millennials. The amount of damage that the boomers financial and social meddling did to millennials. Because
Well,
we have millennials
we
who
don't even have to go on that. We could just point out, look at this chart, see who's got the gigantic almost everything pie. Now tell me how that makes sense.
well, and it's
But I
that's just
think
corporatism and greed, but
let's talk about the subject though, and that is really there's way too many people trying to be famous and doing insane things that hurt themselves and others,
like, never
and that
mind the
they
nuisance streamers like Baby Hayes or Johnny or Vitaly who get themselves arrested doing stupid shit.
and ruin their
It's
lives.
or Jack Doherty who's made himself a meme, wasted thousands upon thousands upon probably millions of dollars on an act.
Yeah.
But the other day we had a thing, and I'm not going to say her name out of respect, but we had a 19-year-old girl whose boyfriend convinced her to do a TikTok challenge involving, let's just say, inhalants, and
Uh,
she because you don't inhale aerosol, unless you're being coerced, and you are unfortunately so, because this boils down to that whole thing with fame. One of the things people had said about her in retrospect is how much she wanted to be famous growing up. And I sit there and I want to slap myself in the fucking head because she got convinced to do this TikTok challenge because it might get her big on the internet, and now she's gone. She went brain dead and she died in the hospital from fucking inhaling aerosol fucking products. This is fucking terrible.
yeah.
And it's like the kind of shit we see. The guy who we talked about before who was doing a TikTok dance on a moving 18 wheeler and got himself taken out. The guy who jumped off the cruise ship and nobody ever saw him again for a TikTok video. This kind of
Yeah.
behavior, it's so literally self-destructive, and only a handful of people like Tozy and Decoy Voice even talk about this being so terrible for people. Everybody else is just like it's a fucking circus. People want to just go out there and point and laugh at the clown. It's like these are fucking people who need some kind of help or intervention or some meaning.
Well, let me put it like this: we're looking at the modern day Coliseum. You can
Yes,
go
sadly.
tune in, watch people do insane or horrendously destructive things, and then you can go home and laugh about it. And you're promoting a society that views one another as disposable. And to be perfectly honest, we're promoting a really unhealthy lifestyle. Your life is not worth fame. That's from a guy called
No.
Nobody, let me just tell you.
And like the one guy
So,
who I laughed in his face, who I had accused me on my channel of being a clout chaser. I'm like, dude, I do this as a hobby and to kind of help maintain my own mental health with all stress and shit that we deal with in our lives personally. I don't give a fuck about clout. I have social media accounts to promote my stuff and interact with a handful of friends I have online. That is it. And the
but
whole idea
far,
of
you're
clout
on the
chasing,
YouTubes.
big fucking deal. Like I said, it's a hobby. I don't
Yeah, I'm so
monetize. I don't want
famous
to
right now.
monetize. Yeah, we're so fucking famous. And
But
it's
I
that
think
mentality hurts my head,
this
actually.
comes down to say, hey, look, if you want to do your YouTube thing, perfectly fine. You want to go make videos, that's great.
I mean, it's great.
But
It's a great way, to kill
what
time and maybe
we're
communicate with
ultimately
people.
saying is if there's something that could potentially uninstall you from your Minecraft session.
Yeah.
Maybe don't do that. That's all we're saying. Because I know people are gonna be like, "You're just trying to get rid of competition," and it's like,
I don't give a
no,
fuck about competition.
it's just that
I am a
we're
nothing burger on fucking YouTube, right? It's just I see the shit that these other people do that are supposedly famous, and I'm like, you are gonna die, or you are gonna spend the rest of your fucking life rotting in prison. I'm like, and
or
for
how many
what?
other people are you gonna promote to doing this self-destructive
Yeah,
stuff?
like I brought up Kick because honestly, Kick is a big part of this fucking problem. TikTok has always been its own monster, but this whole Kick thing, they promote the people that do the shadiest shit. You have Twitch promoting people with like extremist political views, all because they happen to be friends with somebody, and it's all stupid, it's all destructive, and it's all fucking completely meaningless. But you have these people who swear by this, and they will put their lives and their livelihoods on the line for some of the dumbest shit. And it's a
Uh,
fucking legitimate problem.
to sum it up, it's effectively going, I'm tired of seeing people that are this young get themselves destroyed for the hope that they're going to be famous for 10 seconds.
When I've seen shit about internet celebrities who have killed people they know out of anger over some shit that was done in a prank video. I see a 19-year-old girl get herself killed doing something incredibly stupid in the hopes that she would get famous. We've hit the point of we've gone far enough. This
There
shit
needs to be
needs
more
to
people
fucking
talking about it.
stop. And yes, more people need to talk about it. More people need to point this out because it's fucking terrible. People have died, and it's a big joke to some fucking people.
Well, some people are there because of it.
Yeah. And
Some
I'm
people
so
really, really enjoy that part.
It's like I'm just so tired of this destructive shit. I don't even like people by and large, and this fucking disturbs me. Because you
Well,
shouldn't have people doing this to themselves.
it's sad when there's two people who are effectively like, I'm doing this as a hobby and mostly as a like shits and giggles thing.
Yeah. And I'm an
And we're
antisocial
going,
motherfucker. I always have been.
why aren't more people trying to talk about these things? Why is it being why is there so much silence in this regard, I guess is a good way to say it.
And
Because
somebody pointed out
honestly,
once, I don't know if it was Decoy or Ratosi or somebody else, is like, a lot of people don't say anything because they're concerned it will hurt their fucking image.
I don't care.
I don't.
If it get some kid not to do something so freaking stupid that it destroys them, I don't care if it costs my air quote reputation on the
I fucking
interwebs.
bleed viewers and subscribers regularly just because of YouTube's algorithm. So what the fuck do I
They
care
love you so much.
if I lose some viewers because somebody disagrees with me when I say that people shouldn't kill themselves for
To get
completely
themselves
meaningless
uninstalled.
internet clout? Because at the end of the day, it has no meaning. People know who you are. Okay. What does that do for you, though? Get people to attack you on the street for being an asshole or pat you on the back or want to take a picture with you? How is
Well,
that worth your fucking life?
in 15 minutes, you'll be right back to where you started, where you'll be a has-been seeking fame all over again.
You know, the amount of people we've seen crash out who were famous when we first started hanging out on YouTube is it's upsetting. There's guys who are homeless now who were big on YouTube back in the day, or they've got drug or alcohol addictions that are just destroying their lives.
Look,
Shit is insane.
I know not everyone's going to agree, but for a lot of people, get yourself a good job and go out, find yourself somebody decent, and you'll have a more rewarding life. That doesn't mean it's guaranteed, but you have a higher chance to do those things and have a better life than people trying to be famous on the internet.
Yeah, and I know it's hard to get a job. It's hard to find somebody these days, but you'll
I'm not
have
saying it's a golden road.
no. You'll have more luck doing that than you will chasing internet clout. Because when you get older, that shit's not gonna matter that much. Because as you get older, you're gonna lose a lot of that audience.
Well,
It's just the way this shit works, you know?
like beauty, fame fades. You're not Christopher Walkens. I hate to break it to you guys. But the thing is, it's more two guys that just kind of nobody's going,
We've
why
been through some
is.
shit in real life that a lot of people shouldn't have to deal with, and we're sitting here looking at people throw their lives away for so much less, and
Well,
it's
why
really
are
kind
so
of fucking
many
upsetting.
people who should be talking about this should be going, hey, we need to maybe not have these kids value only fame? Why are
Yeah.
so many of them not talking about it? Like, honestly, there's more to life than this. And that's coming from me. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to try to glad hand anything. I'm just saying it's two old men, 16 kids
Who the fuck you calling
meet their
old?
end for nothing. And,
Like
this
I'm
goes
a
to pointless wars. This goes to
yeah,
all the
all of
rest
it.
of it.
I'm a grumbly ass ex-military motherfucker who's not that sociable, and I keep a very small circle of friends. And we've, like I said, we've both been through some shit that most people aren't going to be familiar with and shouldn't be. If you have any kind of good fortune. And I watch these people deliberately put themselves in harm's way for the dumbest fucking reasons. And I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up with, if you are into this shit, you know, watching it all is fine and good sometimes, but sometimes, like watching a police dash cam video, once in a while you might want to stop and think about what's behind it, because it's fucked up and it's not a good thing going forward for a lot of people. And I've watched too many people just self-destruct doing this weird shit lately, and it's not a good way to deal with shit. And I hope that somebody out there, with a little bit more pull than us, can start getting that idea out to people, because there's a lot of potential lost, whether the people responsible, the people around, believe it or not, just doing this dumb shit and just getting yourself taken the fuck out. It's ridiculous.
I'm, after the old wars, let's just say, I'm really tired of seeing young people not be with us anymore. Meet their ends for pointless things such as this,
Yeah.
frivolous things such as this. And honestly, I'm not saying don't go out there. I'm not saying don't do the hustle. Go out there, do that hustle. But I'm saying
Set
don't put
limitations for fuck's
yourself
sake.
at the at risk for something that is going to mean so absolutely little. That's all
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying.
And
So,
on that note, folks, I think we'll call this one a day. Hopefully somebody gets something out of this, or at least thinks about it, or it gets
two
out
old
there.
men grumble about the interwebs and clouds.
I don't know why you keep calling us old. You're fucking weird. Anyway, have a great fucking day, everybody. We'll catch you later. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.